Channel 5. I'm Hannah Ray Lambert here today with Wallflowers Framing Gallery owner Pam Casciato.
Hello.
She's going to tell us a little bit about the featured artists coming up in this month's First Friday. So Pam, to start off, whose work are we looking at behind us right now?
We're going to be featuring photographer Eric O'Toole. This is his work here. He's currently living in Costa Rica. He grew up in West Lynn, but right now this is his collection from Costa Rica. His mother is working with him on doing several shows in the area this summer, and so she came up with this super creative idea working with the windows. They're very brightly painted, which goes very well with all the colorful photos that he's captured from the culture in Costa Rica.
I love it. It's like a window into another world.
Right, isn't it? It's like a little montage of beautiful colors and shapes and stuff.
So cool.
And then over here in this area, it's mostly Portland. We're looking at a lot of different Portland scenes. We have the new bridge on the end there.
Nice.
And these are some really creative perspectives in the downtown Portland area. It's kind of a surreal, I don't really know what he's done with the techniques or anything, but just kind of a surreal, it's called Living the Dream, this particular piece. And then again, we have another window with a collection of the historical mill area over there. And I just think it's such a fun way to display the photos in the windows. We have Eric O'Toole's mother here, Darlene Toole, and she is deaf, so she'll be signing as we're she'll talk about his work a little bit more.
So, as Pam mentioned, it was kind of your idea to use the windows to frame your son's work. So, can you tell me where that idea came from?
Yeah, this was then. Well, I thought it would be fun because Eric has so many weird photos of windows, so put the weird photos into a weird frame. And so I saw this, and Eric and I and Pam, we all got together and we created this and recycled. It's recycled, and so I feel like we're not throwing things away.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some more recycled wood over here.
Window too. Weird windows, but they're special. They're special. So this is recycled frame too. This was an idea that Pam had. Eric's photos felt organic, so he combined the Pacific Northwest with Costa Rica, so it's a combination of different places and things. Pam thought, maybe use barn wood and recycle it, and that's where she made the frames. So that's the best of both worlds right there.
And she got the materials from pretty close by, I understand. It came from the Aurora Salvage Mill, the reclaimed wood. That's really cool. Well, is there anything else you think I should know about your son's work?
I just feel that it's just a lot of fun. Visually, being a deaf person, to see my son's beautiful photos, and it inspires me. It's like music to my life.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for speaking with us, Darlene.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so now Pam is going to tell us a little bit about the second featured artist, Wendy Gibbons. Pam, what can you tell us about Wendy's work?
We have Wendy over here. She is another Canby local artist. Her work is on canvas. It's acrylic on canvas. It's mixed media. Very colorful, whimsical work. I mean, absolutely breathtaking. I think the images are really contemporary. There's lots of layering and different strokes with different kinds of texture and that sort of thing, and the colors are just so vibrant. In fact, I just love how your shirt matches the art today. It was so coincidental that you dressed for the event.
Well, can you tell me how she gets some of this incredible texture in here?
You know, they don't always give all their secrets, but I can tell just from experience there, I know there's some tissue paper in there. And then, I don't know, some of this is probably like a gesso, and she's using a special tool to do a little scraping. And that's all that I can kind of figure out with my, limited skills.
Well, it definitely makes the painting more visually interesting and kind of three-dimensional.
Right.
And we have one more featured artist
We
this
do.
month.
We do.
I'm gonna walk around here.
Yeah. This is the work of Brian Keeling. He's another local Canby artist. They're breathtaking. What can I say? They're original height. They're 7 feet, each one of them. And Brian is right here, and he can talk a little bit about them. What inspired him to do these paintings?
Well, these are oil on panel. They're works from old photographs taken back in the 1870s. This one's name is in Sioux, Mapia Icatagua, which means touch the clouds. And he was actually 7 feet tall. And I was working from a black and white postcard. And when I brought it up, I told my brother, I said, look at this guy, 7 feet tall. I'm going to paint a picture of him, thinking I'd paint something like this. And he says, well, you ought to paint him life size. Okay, so I did. And there he is. And this guy over here is named Blackbird. He wasn't 7 feet tall. He was like, I don't know, 6'5" or so. And I think I've got him pretty close to life size also.
So how long did it take you to paint each of these? They're so
Well,
large in scale.
this one was about a year. And this one was probably 6 months since I'd never painted an image quite that large before, so I had to work my way through it. Once I got it figured out, this guy went a little faster. Okay, so this war shirt here was sold at Sotheby's a couple of years ago for, what was it then?
2.6 million.
Yeah. But
2012.
I've seen pictures of the war shirt that they sold, and like I said, I'm not an anthropologist, but the war shirt that they sold at Sotheby's is not this war shirt. It's either a copy or an imitation that was done later or contemporary with this one, but they're not the same. There's just too many variations. They're very similar, but there's variations, but I don't want to.
So the one that they sold is not necessarily the same one he was
Not
wearing in the
this one.
photograph?
I don't know whether they had 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 war shirts. So it could be his war shirt, or the family could have made one later, or I don't know that. But they're not the same one. But yeah, so the colors in this one are correct, because I've seen the picture of the war shirt. The colors in this one, I just colorized it from I used my artistic license and just put the colors in there that I wanted. I've heard this war shirt is in the Buffalo Bill Museum in Cody, Wyoming, but I've never seen pictures of it. So
it was kind of the best guess.
yeah, I just used my artist license liberally.
And then you've also got some different styles over here. Looks like some landscapes. What can you tell me about
This
these?
orange landscape. That's from, I call that February near Molalla. And this was out cruising around, like the imagery, like the reflection in the pond. You got the Cascades in the background, Pilot Rock, and a little rainy landscape.
Well, thanks for showing us around the gallery, Pam, and
Thank you for coming.
yeah. So First Friday is this Friday, August 5th.
Right.
What are you guys going to be doing for that?
Well, we have our exhibit, and so come on in, and it's from 5 to 8. We're going to have some appetizers and some beverages, and enjoy the art.
Thanks. And for anyone who can't make it First Friday, how long are these going to be up in the gallery?
Probably for about a month or 2, maybe.
So at least till the end of August.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you so much. And for CTV Channel 5, I'm Hannah Ray Lambert.